Hey, Chris Paul might actually win this thing, man. So this video is going to be unapologetically biased if you don't know. I'm a Chris Paul fan. I have been since he was at Wake Forest. I'm a Carolina boy. You know what I'm saying? So, but I low-key think this is the greatest NBA Final Series I've seen in my lifetime. Better than when LeBron beat Golden State. Yes, I do. I really do believe that. As much narrative as it was behind that series, bro, this has the most beautiful story to be told, bro. From both a basketball mindset, like X's and O's, and just being a fan, bro. Bro, just look at Giannis, bro. His whole development from skinny Giannis to Hulk Giannis. For a little while there were literally talks about him signing elsewhere, but the Bucks was like, nah, bro, we gotta hold him. We gotta keep him so and the only way to do that is for him to compete for a title. How are we gonna make that happen? And they go sign and trade for Drew Holiday, Bobby Portis. They even got Bryn Forbes this year. You know what I'm saying? They went and got some real pieces that could help him out. My man had to grind through the tyranny of the LeBron James Eastern Conference era and survive and make it until he left. And now it's just him to reign supreme until Kawhi came and he reigned supreme. And now, finally, after all the struggle, after all the pain, my man, shit. That cough was guy reminded me about the Brooklyn Nets. Like any championship team, the stars have aligned and they got lucky. I wish the best to Kyrie and James Harden, of course. I don't mean it in a way that's their injuries, you know what I'm saying? I want them to be great. I want them to play as well. But at the same time, if you put talent on talent with Kyrie and James Harden off the court, the talent between the Bucks and the Nets is about the same, for real. And then they just had to make it through Atlanta, and I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. But they pulled it out. They made it. They came out here. They was ready. And then boom, he got hurt toward the end of the Atlanta series, and I ain't gonna lie, I thought all hope was lost. I thought it was the end of the road. I thought, you know what I'm saying? I heard Boyz II Men in the background, bro. I thought it was done. It was a wrap. R. Kelly's coming back. It was a wrap. You got this unsung hero on the Bucks that's gone through his whole development with one team loyally his whole career. He pulled a little scare attack. He was like, hey, yo, I'm thinking about leaving. They brought talent and he signed. He stayed. You see what I'm saying? He's going about it the right way. He's going about it in a way that old heads can appreciate and new guys can appreciate that don't want to see a whole bunch of ones join up on the same team. Basically what I'm saying is, bro, we got a straight up leader, one bona fide future Hall of Famer leading a team that has some talent on it, but they're, you know what I'm saying? They're a legit team, and there's a head to the snake on that team. Now, let me talk to you about Chris Paul and them. Bro, Chris Paul, man, has the most controversial career, on that team, period. It just is. The thing about Chris Paul, everybody only remembers the bad, bro. That's all people remember. Nobody remembers the good. It's almost never brought up in any conversation ever when we're talking about Chris Paul. All they talk about is injuries and that 3-1 comeback by the Rockets. That's it. They act like Chris Paul has never done anything great in his life outside of that. People don't remember what Chris Paul was doing to the Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol Lakers. Nobody remember what Chris Paul did to the San Antonio Spurs. There are things people just don't know about Chris Paul, but he gets this bad rap about being a bad playoff performer. When he really only ever performs really good, he just loses. They just lose. He performs great or gets hurt. Otherwise, he'd win. That's just the way it works. Then when he went to the Rockets and he had the KD Warriors down 3-2. Yes, I said he had. James Harden was there. But let's not get it twisted. Chris Paul was the head of the snake at the time. Then right on cue, my boy got hurt. And people thinking damn, if Chris Paul didn't get hurt, they might have won for real. Then the following season happens. Chris Paul and James Harden start beefing. Chris Paul numbers dip a bit. Now all of a sudden, it's like Chris Paul never mattered. Gets sent to OKC where there's nothing left. It's a wasteland. It's just young talent, just trying to get right. That's it. That's all that was there. Well, I'll take that back. They had Gallinari. I want to say Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, they did have Dennis Schroeder. But other than that, it was just young. Steven Adams. It was just young talent. That was really all that's there. Wham! Chris Paul take them to be tied for the 4th seed in the West. And do you know who they tied with for that 4th seed in the West? That very same fucking Houston Rockets team that traded his ass for Russell Westbrook. They do end up losing that playoff series and go back home, and then Chris Paul is traded again. None of us knew this would be the perfect situation for you, boy. I already had a young killer in Devin Booker who already expressed he's trying to get dubs, bro. He's tired of losing. That's the perfect energy to have with Chris Paul. DeAndre Ayton, a nice, good, solid, fundamental big who can roll, run the floor. He can finish with a soft touch. He can shoot a little mid-air blue. It was perfect. It was a match made in heaven. Combine that with the youth and hunger of Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. They even brought Jay Crowder, who doesn't get enough credit for how good he really is. Cameron Payne got it out the mud, and he done came out, and people talking about him like he better than Dennis Schroeder all of us. Like bro, motherfucking Monty Williams. Lost myself a bit there. They became number 2 in the Western Conference, man. Number 2, bro. And Chris Paul didn't win MVP. I let it ride. I let it go. Jokic was great. I let it go. I couldn't hate. Fast forward, now they're in the NBA Finals, man. And people can hate all they want. They can be like,
oh, Braxton, they had an easy ride to the finals, blah, blah, blah.
If that is your logic to water down Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns championship run, you're a fucking idiot. For starters, you gotta play who the fuck's in front of you. Don't nobody say shit to anybody else about beating injured teams. Nobody. The time y'all bring that shit up is when it's convenient for your argument. Most of the time about LeBron fucking James. Last time I checked, you're not trying to hear excuses. I realize how stupid y'all sound, bro. You can't blame how many games there are and why people are getting injured. Niggas are stepping on each other's foot, hyperextending knees. Common sense tells you these aren't fatigue injuries. Bim is leaving the shipyard every day, working a 12-hour shift, going to the blacktop to hoop with the boys for way more for way more than just 3 games every day. Like they be running, they be real talk hooping. And between every game, he gotta smoke a cigarette. Every game, he's smoking a cigarette. If he can go out there and play on that blacktop, soaking these pampered ass, professional ass, well-trained, well-groomed, deserving ass athletes. And even then, it ain't like the Suns just been running around here unscathed. They've been hurt too. In this playoff run along, Chris Paul is what? Bummed a shoulder, bummed a hammy, and got a torn ligament in his thumb. Devin Booker got a broken nose, bro. Like, I get it. You butt hurt that Bron's out the playoffs and AD had a groin injury. AD gets injured all the time, bro. It happens. Y'all won't give him Chris Paul that excuse. You just can't bring injuries to the table when we're talking about Chris Paul finally getting the dub. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. Got a little upset. The reason why this is beautiful is because we got 2 got it out the mud teams that built it on their own. They're not super teams. They're not manipulating media teams. They're not big markets. They're literally just good basketball teams. If you want me to be honest, if the Lakers and the Nets did meet in the finals, I think it's clear as day the Nets would win if they're all healthy. I really do. And I think the Nets would win pretty handily too. It might go 6 games. At best, it might go 6 games, bro. Watching right now is a basketball symphony. We're literally looking at Kobe Jr. Chris Paul, one of the best point guards to ever play. In my opinion, the best point guard to ever play the game with or without the ring. I just feel that way. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Ayton, an emerging superstar big that, like, he's not no stretch big. He's not a controversial personality like Joel Embiid. He doesn't have a unique game like Jokic. He's low-key just a traditional ass big. He's bringing that back, and it's wonderful to me. Give my man Chris his flowers. Give Giannis his flowers. Whoever wins, they earned it. Fair and square. I'm happy for either one. I want Chris Paul to win, though. We up 2-0. This is the run. We bringing this home. Chris ain't going to just let us leave without that ring, bro.